Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sorted members of the jury, today we bring you a game of Age of Mythology. But not any old game of mythology. In the right side of the map, in the blue color, playing as Freyr, his name is Suppe. In the left side of the map, in the red color, playing as Ra, his name is the Rapple. The map is Ghost Lake and we have ourselves a game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. Suppe, he's been testing his Freyr against many players of late. But his biggest test is coming to hit him right now as he's going to be taking on Rapple's Ra. Now, we've been seeing this sort of opening, these sort of ideas quite a bit. Is he going to go for micro? Wait. Is he that sweaty? No. You can... Okay. Well, I want to finish what I was saying about Suppe here, and then I'll talk about some sweaty micro that's possible. Okay, so Suppe here, he's been playing Freyr on the ladder for the past couple of days, maybe week, maybe more, but basically exclusively Freyr, and he has been unlocking the potential of this god to the nth degree. It's incredibly cool to watch what he can get done with that god. But I don't know if he's played the, like... I mean, he's played Chemo. That's probably like the upper echelon of player that he's had to face recently. But playing against Rapple, that's a completely different kettle of fish here. Rapple, for the moment, he's playing as Ra. We're very used to seeing Ra players going for a classical fight with a bunch of widgets and trying to make that work. For the time being here, I want to talk about a little bit of sweaty micro. Just a little bit of sweaty micro as we see the temple coming up. And the sweaty micro is villagers mining gold. You want to make sure that they're lined up, and then you just tap the monument, drop the gold off, and then you power back onto the town center. Super sweaty, super strong, super good. But the temple's going to be coming up here as well, and it looks to me like Rapple probably going to be going for more like a 4-minute advance. He does have the temple up for a 3:45, but he does not have the food in, so it's going to be a little bit challenging for him to get that one through. Suppe, on the other hand, if you aren't aware, Suppe, he doesn't care about your fast advanced meta. He doesn't care about your moderately fast advanced meta. He doesn't care about anything. He just says, I'm going to advance in my own goddamn time, and you're going to have to deal with it. Nonetheless, top coming through for Rapple. No surprises here. I mean, there is an angle of going through Bast in this matchup. And we'll see how things are going to go as the priest is going to come forward.
Greek.
Going to get a little bit of scouting shenanigans. We do have that pen. Oh god, that relic is so good. Does Rapple see it? He doesn't know it's here. Relic at the top of the map. That's also really good. There's two insanely good relics on the map. Other relics at the top of the map here. We've got that Cathara of Apollo. That's okay. Definitely worth grabbing. And Bridal of Pegasus is huge there for both players, in all honesty. They both kind of struggle a little bit with scouting, but Rapple comes forward. He's going to get a lot of info very, very quickly. We've got the Ulla coming in right now for Suppe. As more obelisks are going to start coming in as well. As the Hersa slowly start wandering forward. Pandora's box in hand. And he's going to drop that off into the temple. This Berserk coming over. Going to start getting a couple of slaps onto this position. A couple more houses going to be coming down over here as well. Wadget's starting to come through. Barracks now on the way here for the Rapple. And he is going to be gearing up for his classical fight. And the question is, how is Suppe going to respond? Now, this is something I'm very, very interested in because he's probably been exposed to playing against this quite a few times. So the answers here for Freyr against this sort of an idea are what? As the obelisk is going to get torn down immediately.
Greek.
Priest and Pharaoh slowly starting to move forward, looking for something. We see a longhouse getting dropped down. Two longhouses getting dropped down. We can obviously always just build a whole bunch of throw and axemen to deal with those axemen, but it's very, very challenging then. How's he going to get out the Herso numbers to deal with the Wadgets? So Draugr is in position here. Those Wadgets are going to come forward, and they are going to be very, very aggressive here to this longhouse positioning. Draugr gets slapped there with 3 spits. Oh, good dodge there onto the Wadgets. Already almost taken out, though. You've got to kind of walk at a perpendicular angle as the Draugr does end up falling. And the Herso gets pushed off of that longhouse here as Suppe is under a lot of pressure. The barracks will get up. Watchtowers does come through. And Suppe may be fine here. Axeman gets kept alive. Will we see? I want to see Rappel healing these bad boys back up. I want to see those bad boys getting healed back up. Very low HP. It's worth your... Well, it's effectively worth 70 resources to heal these back up to full HP. Maybe like 68 resources. So super, super worth it to do that. Doesn't show up in the stats or anything, but... More units coming forward. Pure axemen. We are seeing some slingers as the barracks have all been spotted. Slingers being incredibly good at dealing with those throwing axemen, but... I mean, good little Juki there. Good little Juki again, diving for the tower, trying to keep himself alive. Got to be super careful of the Wadgets coming around and sniping these villagers on the berries for the time being here. One thing that Rappel has got no idea about is the fact that there are a couple of there is a hunt pack over here. Boar and Aurochs. As he pulls back into his base, going to grab those goats. And the thing that Suppe's been doing so obscenely well is he sees the army on one side, he goes to the other side, and he drops the Asgardian Bastion. And this is just such a great way to play. We see the Wadgets coming through. Suppe not paying attention. That's 1 dead villager. That's not quite going to be 2 dead villagers. 1 dead villager, though. Up onto this position, we've got a relic that has been grabbed. Is that the Ulla's bow? How is that still there? Bow of Artemis. How is that still there? It's such an important relic. Nonetheless, Servants of Glory are going to be coming through to speed those infantry units up as Rappel is moving down into the bottom side of the map here. Going to be searching for something to take out. Obelisk's going to be finishing up onto that position here. But still no, I guess, I mean, there is always the risk of just getting shifting sands onto and losing your Asgardian Bastion. But I feel like with Rappel being down the bottom and with all of the line of sight being cleared up at the top, you just have to go for this. Rappel, he does know that there's a gold mine over here, but he's going for a town center. Makes a lot of sense. He's done a lot of damage to Suppe. Not a crazy amount, but enough. This one obelisk here is giving Suppe or Rappel a lot of information. There's more Wadgets coming through. He's got 5 Wadgets right now. Are you kidding me? That's such a disgusting amount of damage that is going to be able to be used to take out Suppe. Suppe now going to the heroic age, though, nice and quickly here. If he can sneak up this town center, that would be gigantic, because that's Gul and Bursty. And Gul and Bursty onto those Wadgets, that's gigantic here. We are seeing Suppe attempting to do so. House coming down. Rappel. A little bit on the blind side here, as we do have the Asgardian Bastion getting thrown down onto this side. You've got to expect it onto the gold mine, but the Wadgets moving forward, will they see this? They are just barely out of line of sight for the time being, charging forward here onto this gold mine, but they will not be spotting it. However, Suppe is going to get caught out of position in a really big way. He has not spotted these Wadgets in the slightest here. The dwarves will have to make a run. They can come over to here. The town center going to be coming up for the time being, and now Suppe does notice it. He's going to start getting spat out in a big way. No villagers going down just yet. The army of Rappel now swinging around onto the other side. The axemen chasing these bad boys down. We see 1 dwarf down. That's it for the time being, but the settlement is now up for Suppe, as he will be able to drop that Gul and Bursty and have an incredibly defensive time here. There is access to the big fat shifting sands here, as Tempest will get dropped down. Herser charging forward, and 2 Wadgets get left behind with that shifting sands. Rappel's out of there, but Soup now has a town center that secures his gold mine. He's got a Asgardian hill fort here as well to make Huskull and everything else that he might want to. He's in the heroic age. He's got everything he needs, but Rappel is in front by a lot of villagers right now. And this could be enough for him to make anything happen in this game. Anything at all. Meanwhile, more units starting to get pumped out onto this position here. The army of Soup slowly starting to maneuver forward. Gold mine on the back here, just about to run out for Rappel, but he's not in any risk of getting gold star. There's no power spikes really left for Soup. I mean, if he grabs this town center, there's a power spike into the middle of the main base there with Ghoul and Bursty. But the army here of Rappel is about to collide with Soups as it does push forward. Going to be checking out this town center. The village is going to come over here onto this hunt for the time being. And Sekhmet's now going to be coming through. And Sekhmet's scary. That's a Citadel. Citadel means faster villages, means faster researchers, which means an earlier mythic age. And the one thing that's the most scary for a Norse player, especially a Norse player without a heroic age god power, is Son of Osiris. If you can get to that Son of Osiris, life is going to get very challenging very, very quickly here for Soup. As the Obelisk going to come up onto this position, a whole bunch more slingers starting to come through. The Obelisk gets taken down. Will we a nice wall here as well? Will we see the town center just getting up? Like, this is sort of counterintuitive to think about as a Norse player. You normally want to be on the offensive for a lot of the game, but in a way, you can kind of just try and play a very passive game as Freyr, and you win the late game, is my understanding of it. I mean, that's what Soup is going for. He's not trying to pressure anymore. He's just getting everything through and just going to try and play a nice game. The obvious problem here is he's only got 3 military buildings. He's got 2 hill forts, but 3 military buildings. And Rappel is ready to put some pressure on. Town center will be up, which does mean that Ghoul and Bursty can be used all the way out to here, all the way over to here. Obviously over here as well can be used to boot. But do you want to do that? Differential in population is very, very big here. I think you almost just want to just give up on this spot here, because that Hillfort might just go down. Now seeing the big fat curse there, or taunt there onto the Axeman, as the Throne Axeman going to be able to take those bad boys out. But the thing is right now, the Slingers are absolute force to be reckoned with for the time being against those Throne Axemen. They're able to absolutely melt them. Absolutely, with that Slings of the Sun technology. So we are seeing Feast of Renown coming through. That's such a big boost to the economy, as Soup able to hold for the time being. And Rappel has to get out of here. Feast of Renown is going to be gigantic. Like, do you just keep dropping... I think you just keep dropping hill forts. Once you get that tech through, you get town centers, get an extra 1 food. Hill forts get an extra 1 food. And they also heal. And then you can just get mass Huskulls out to actually deal with those Slingers. The Slingers cannot deal with those. As we are seeing now, Rappel returning up to this gold mine over here. There's a really nice 3rd gold mine down into this position, as the map is kind of split down the middle, so to speak, or maybe like down this way, down the northeast to south, nope, northwest to southeast kind of the map. Is the army going to sneak through? And the dwarves going to get spotted. Spot yet again, as Soup will have to retreat, does pull back. The army now mustering in the center of the map. There is a long way to go here for Soup to get any sort of army that is going to be able to deal with this. He needs to get up to full population, basically, as the dwarves all going to be running up onto this gold mine. Keeping himself nice and alive. Does spot out a couple of straggler units in the center of the map, as the raiding cavalry are going to charge forward, trying to take out those Slingers here. There's the army popping up onto the top right here, looking for things to take out. Dwarves onto this gold mine. We see a couple more houses coming up over here as the rain's going to be coming through. Now the slingers, they're coming in. You've got to be so careful of Ghoul and Burst. There is shifting sand still available though. And Rappel has got he's got the answers here. He's got the shifting sands. But the army though, is this enough? There's only 3 Wadgets at the moment, and these are pretty strong Huskarl. Ghoul and Bursty will get dropped down, and you can almost imagine shifting sands. There it comes, and Ghoul and Bursty is out of here. 1 Wadget down. Huge play there for the Rappel, but you know, this is basically part and parcel of how this game needs to go for the Rappel to win it. He needs to make sure that Soup gets very little value out of his god powers. If Soup gets huge value out of his god powers, if the Freyr gets huge value out of his god powers, then life gets very, very challenging, very, very fast for the Ra player. Osiris coming through. We are seeing a cheeky little upgrade here, 9 waves. You don't see this one all too often, but it makes your siege faster. But more importantly, heroes more damage, heroes speed as well, which is a big, big deal. Hillfort on the front not only means healing for all of these units, similar to how Isis can heal with the Monument, but also an extra 1 food a minute. There's a town center now starting to get torn down. There's still a little bit of time left on that Ghoul and Bursty, but the Throw and Axeman getting absolutely brutalized here as the Ghoul and Bursty does finish up there. There's the fortified town centers in, but is it too little too late? It looks like it is, as Rappel manages to just barely hold on here. Town center, we do see that Rock Giant go into town on this one. We don't see any sort of Bergreasy tech coming through. And Soup may have bit off a little bit more than he could chew here, going for the kill on that town center as Rappel manages to clean the entirety of that army. 1 misstep, and that can be all it takes. Soup has been playing a perfect game up until this point in keeping himself alive and keeping himself with a chance in this one. But now he's got a mountain to climb. He's got to get back up to 235 population. You also have to remember that as the game goes on longer, the Citadel centers, they're just going to give more and more population over to the Ra player. So in a way here, Rappel might be able to just win the late game if he gets another 250 favor just on Citadel centers. More Rock Giants coming into the middle. The raiding cavalry going to be retreating away. Up onto this side, we do have a little cheeky Camel Raider expedition going on. There's a couple of raiding cavalry trying to trade against those heavy camel riders. It's not a good time to be a raiding cavalry in this situation, but he does manage to win this fight. A couple of spearmen are out. The raiding cavalry will have to retreat away from here as Rappel is still managing to get some really nice trades. He's got all the upgrades in the world queued up. How are the farms looking? I mean, he's got them. He's used his first rain. Not going to be using another one. There's the Mythic Age, and we do see Vidar coming through, so that's Inferno. The question, though, for Soup is this going to be enough? Do you see that? I can't, how do I say this? Dalir, I don't even know. Yadalir. I've got no idea. Coming in. This one is kind of cool. It's very expensive, but it's kind of a cool tech. If you've got yourself 5 of these hill forts and then you get this tech, it takes 63 seconds to grab it. It just means that your Huskarl are going to train much faster. That's why you're getting it. You also get a little bit of a boosted portable ram shenanigans, but you're just getting that tech more so for production of those Huskarl. And with an army like this, handful of raiding cavalry and a whole bunch of Huskarl, this is going to be a challenging fight for Rappel to win. He does have that Son of Osiris. That's a big deal. But he's bought all the time in the world. Going down to the bottom side of the map, we are seeing Rappel putting some pressure down here, trying to break through and take out this town center. But the thing is, this is what's important up the top. And the other problem is, Soup doesn't have a trade route started. Rappel is now realizing he needs a trade route. He's only got this gold mine over here. And actually, in a way here, if Soup just pushes in and breaks this down, he kills off this gold mine, Rappel's now the one in trouble. And Rappel here is going to be splitting. He's going to be splitting. We see the Fafnir getting a little bit of damage done. Going to be able to take out that Ghoul and Bursty here as the catapult gets cleaned up. Villagers on the front going to be going down as well. There's a lot of damage coming in. We also see that portable ram is in. So that technology is getting some value here. on more so than just production. So you see all the upgrades coming in for Berserks at the moment, as the Berserks are going to be very, very strong, very, very quickly. Villagers getting pushed off of this gold mine. Look at the gold here for Rappel. He's found himself in a very tough position. We've got the shifting sands coming through. The units all popping in. The Son of Osiris getting caught in that position as well, as the Inferno comes through to burn up all of those slingers as they get absolutely brutalized. Rappel panicking in a big way as he loses his gold mine and he's losing any sort of grip on this game. He goes down to 150 population as Soup is going to be just... I don't even have words for how much he is going to be destroying here. As where's the Son of Osiris? It's still alive, still getting good damage done, but the Oscar get onto the back here, trying to take this one out. And he's getting path blocked onto the back as the Soup army going to take out the villagers. They're joining in as well. Son of Osiris down, Tango down. Citadel Center is about to be the next one. Villagers coming forward to grab this gold mine for Soup as well. And all in an instant, the game flips on its head. I was talking about how well Soup was playing, but honestly, Rappel was playing perfectly. Honestly, up until that point, he dodged the Tempest, he dodged the Ghoul and Burst, he cleaned up an entire army of Soup, but he didn't think about getting his trade route started, and he got caught on this forward gold mine. And you just can't be getting caught on that. You've got to have that sorted. That is your lose condition, is losing that gold mine and not having a trade route started. And Soup read the situation like a book. And the fact of the matter is, he just sees the mass slingers and he goes, that's just not going to work. It's not. I can just go for raiding cavalry, berserk, Huskull, and your slingers are not going to cut it. What a game here from Soup. He has shown how good this Freyr is. I actually think this god, the more I see Soup playing, the more I see the potential with it. And yeah, you got to play insanely well. But he is insanely strong. Like, the way in which Soup controls this to get the Asgardian Hillfort down, to get this Townsend and to secure this gold mine, he has to play so calmly, but he manages to make it happen. What a game here from Soup. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game. All right, we're playing against Husk Soup.
Greek.
Image erect.
Antio.
Eni UI Dayo. Gereg. Image erect.
I don't know what's happening here, guys.
You new. You entio. New.
There's no wood here for me to do it, so it's not possible.
Kids.
Haven't I played set today already?
And you review I air.
No.
No. Greek. Enito. Ayo refer. Dayo.
Shouldn't have queued up then.
Greek. Ayo refer. Gereg. You knew.
Ini to no. Break baya. Ini you refer no.
Any that you dayo. Image Gerak Bea.
I said I will make your victory swift and painless. That's him winning, right? Not me.
And we dayo refer.
Oh, I forgot to get a monument.
In which
Entio.
Oh, well.
Image
I'll
erect.
get the monument later.
Entio.
ini baya.
I kid. In wedge new. New. Enito. Gerek. Urifer.
I don't particularly want to
Bea.
cheese him with
Bea.
anything. Like, I don't want to
Bea.
go for mass new bites. I don't want to go for mass wadgets, but I feel like if I don't, I'm just so far
Inuit.
behind in this
Inuit.
matchup. Let's cheese him with something else, hey? Oh, I've got an idea, I guess. We'll try it.
Entiu. Inage. Erek. Gerek. Ak. Kid. Inwed. Ayu. Kid. Kid. Enti. Kid. Bea. Inage. Bea. Gerek. Kid. Bea. In nu. Ak nu. Entiu. In kid. Inage Bea.
Rig.
Urif Bea.
Oh, we lost our monkey. Donation.
Inejirek.
Gereg.
Inuit.
Tayu.
In Tayo.
Rig. Baya.
Inage Ak Bea. Gereg.
Alright. What we're going to try here
Inuit. Kids. No.
is basically a
Benito.
village center fast mythic
Ayu
through
refer. Tayo. Ayu
segment.
refer. You tayo. Tayo. Ayu ay tayo. Greek.
I still need to get some more
You ay
conversions. Can we
tayo.
go
Ayu
over here and just
refer.
convert
You ay
those?
air.
You might not realize I'm going for a village center.
Inage Erek.
Rig. Inuit. You refer.
Inejak. Ak.
Rig. Baya.
Kid.
Ini. No.
And which? In tayo. Ayu refer. You tayo. And which tayo. You ayu tayo. Greek. Ayu ay air.
Rig. Kids. Tayo.
Jire Erifir.
And tayo. You tayo. You tayo. You tayo.
Give me my gold back.
You need to.
Entiu Er.
Yeah, man. You can do whatever you want over there.
In Ak.
Rig.
UER.
Ini. Up.
I like how the
Inuit.
turkeys kind of burst in a way.
Ine Tayu Bea. Enkid Bea.
Greek. Ayu tayo. Ayu you ay air.
Inwet. Gro en Yawet. Kid.
Ini. You refer.
NTUER.
In Tayo. Ak.
In Urifer.
Ine Ak. In Ak. And Tayo.
Rig. Up. Baya. Inuit. You Baya.
Oh, I don't have an armory.
Rig. Tayo. Kids.
Ine Erifir.
Whoops.
NTU.
Kids.
Inage
Kids.
Rek.
Baya.
It was about to be a good advance time.
Ayu.
Ini.
Very
To.
close to being a good advance
In
time.
kids. Baya.
Ak.
In Wedge.
Enito.
Rig. Ini. You are I air. In you I kids. Kids. In you no. Rig. Kids. Kids.
Into.
In I no.
Ak. Into.
You I air. In which
You er. Gerek. Inage nu.
Uh-oh. He spotted it.
Gerek. You nu.
rig you
In a
refer.
gira. Tak. Tak refer. Ak.
Tayo.
In wedge.
Inage ayu. Gerek. Ak ayu.
In a refer. Ak.
Inito ak. In kids. Kids. Inito. In with you I air.
In nu nu. In nu.
Rig.
Akro kid.
In with you refer. Rig.
Into.
In which. Rig tabaya.
Gerek. In wedge kid.
Inito ak naya in shred. In which.
In you refer.
Ak.
Tayo. Ayo refer.
Antio.
In you er.
In a gira. Ak.
Inito. Rig. Tayo. No.
Girej.
I don't know if this is going to work, guys.
Tayo. In a gira. Ak.
Gerek.
No. Ak baya. Rig. You I air baya.
In ak. Bea.
Antio.
Hello there.
Ini tayo baya.
In a gira. Refer.
And you tayo.
And Gerek.
Inito. You I air. Inito. And tayo refer.
In wedge.
And which. And we tayo.
Well, in that case,
And tayo refer.
what we'll do is stop producing units for a hot second and just get us a proper town center.
EU refer. EU kids.
Tayo refer.
Rig. You I EU ak baya.
And you tayo. You I air.
Into you.
Tayo. Ayo tayo. And which.
And into
Greek.
you.
And we. Tayo refer.
UER.
And which.
and in you EU
Tayo.
and you bear
Tayo
in
refer.
you refer into you EU and in you refer you refer in the you UEL
in tayo,
direct,
into new and Gary and where at you Gary
in what,
into you at you into you Gary EU UEL into you UEL refer into you UEL in it bear and where EU Gary
suicided.
into you Gary and wedge UEL in you Gary EU UEL and EU into you UEL into you Gary EU refer in you into you and wedge you into you Gary you into you into you EU refer into UEL in UEL into you UEL into you kid and Gary in you refer
Is that one built as well?
and into you UEL into you
in a direct, tayo,
and Gary
rig,
Gary into you UEL in the EU refer erect in a kid into you UEL
direct,
into
refer,
Gary into at you into UEL into EU refer into UEL into Gary into EU and in UEL in Gary into you Gary in EU and into you
finito, baya,
Bea in EU refer
in EU, in
In
rig,
which?
baya, ta, kill,
in Gary
finito,
into into you Gary you into you in which kid Bea kid no
in a direct, arc,
and which into UEL
rig,
Maybe one of these?
Gary EU UEL Bea and which erect
finito, kids, in which, kids,
and wedge into you Gary and Gary a kid into you and in the UEL Gary in the into and EU refer into you Gary at you into you into you EU and you into you UEL into you into you EU refer and wait into you EU UEL into you into you UEL into you UEL Gereg you Bea Gereg into you into you into you erect Gereg erect in which in crow in Yahweh kid in a kid into you
rig, up, tayo, kids,
and way into you
finito, rig, kids,
image kid
finito, in which, kid, rig, kids,
Gary and into you into you in at you
in which, kids,
and wedge Gary into you into you Gary you refer and into you in UEL in Gary and wedge at you
in antio, arc,
Gary you refer in the UEL refer into you you into you. En which you refer. In you er. Into you. Girl. En which into you. Girl. En which you into you. You into you er.
Greg, kids,
Gerek. Gerek. Kid.
En which girl. You refer.
Or soup.
Ja rechter.
In a pile arc.
En which into you.
I mean, he might still beat me
Into
here. Don't get me wrong. But this just feels so oppressive to play against.
You refer.
A pile erifir.
En which girl. Into er.
Kid. Gerek. Kid.
in I, kids,
And girl. You refer. Into you. Into you refer. Into you. Girl. En which. Into you refer. Girl. Into you er.
In a erifir.
And into you refer. Girl. Into you. Girl. And which. Into you refer. Into you. Into you. In you er. You refer. Into you. And which. You refer. Into you. You er. Into you er. You refer. Into you refer. Into you. Into you. You er. Into you, you er, into you, refer, into you, girl, into you, er, into you, girl,
Well, he got through it.
into you, girl,
Kid. Bear.
and girl, you refer, and at you, into you, girl, into you, and you refer. Girl. And which ear at you. Into you. And into you. Into you ear and into you.
Taiju. Kid.
Gary.
Ah, we got the gold back.
And Gary. You
in
refer.
which Greg, up, tayo, kids,
And which into you. You
In
ear.
Taiju refer.
Pile arc. In erifir.
Gary. And into you.
Okay, let's try again.
Into you. You ear. Into
I
you.
need to move forward and claim this forward gold mine as well, I think.
in up, you kids,
And which you refer.
And Taiju
Into
refer.
Gary.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Into you. And which you ear.
Greek.
Into you. You ear. Gary. And Gary.
Oh.
Kid. Greek.
And which into you. You Gary. Ear at you.
In which. Kid. In and which. You refer.
And which into you. Into you. Ear at
Well,
you.
that's no good.
in which
Go, my one camel rider.
Greg,
In Bear. Enito.
Into you. You ear.
In a jirek.
I think we're in trouble here.
You ear.
Into.
Into you.
Yeah, it's got
ear.
significantly
Into
more
you.
stuff than I do.
And into you.
Into.
in which in up, in which kids,
Into you. You refer. At you.
You refer. Greek.
Gary. Into you. Ear at you. You ear. Into you. You refer. Ear at you. Into you. Into you. Into you. You ear. Into you refer.
Greg,
Into you. You refer. Into you. Into you. EU refer. Into EU refer. Into you. N wedge.
Ini ayo
Into
refer.
you. UER. EU refer.
By you refer. Correct.
Ini you kru ia tawit. During aya ia kru ia kru ia tawit.
I killed all my dudes. Well, did what we could. There's a gold mine over here. That inferno stopped us in our tracks. It was a good inferno. I guess you just target it onto a building. Hey. There was a moment here where we were doing really well. I think I wasted my shifting sands to some degree. Trying to find something down this side of the map when there probably wasn't anything there. More pressure on the other side of the map would have been good. Where are his gold villages? Kind of looks like he's out of gold here.
N wedge.
Yeah, I should. You sometimes you forget how important building. Oh,
You
I have
need
a
to.
lumber camp over here. How important it is to build a couple barracks to get axemen out. Because just a handful of axemen to front against those Huskal is lights out for them in a way. Oh well, GG.